E and go down that rabbit hole. If you have any questions, guys, post them in the comments about Eazy E or anything else. I'll definitely read to them. But Lonzo, let's talk about a few things that happened this week, my man.
Go for it, Doc.
Let's move it on, man. I guess the first thing that I wanted to discuss with you, CHRISEAN Rock gave birth this past week to BLUEFACE's baby. We've talked about them several times in the recent past. Well, while CHRISEAN Rock gave birth to her baby, BLUEFACE was partying it up in Miami, celebrating his Labor Day weekend with his other baby mama, basically going live while she was giving birth. Does this kid have a chance, man?
Man, you know what, dude? Was the baby healthy? I heard it was a baby. I heard the baby that didn't make a lot of noise when it came out.
I did read something like that, which is scary. So I hope the baby's fine, but all those blunts she was smoking. Ugh.
Yeah. I hope the kid is all right. I hope there's no ill effects on the kid, because the kid shouldn't be held healthy. Kids' health shouldn't be held responsible against for the parents' mistakes, whatever. But yeah, man, dude. Hopefully at some point in time, folks is gonna grow up and become parents. But on the other hand, sometimes I think social media kind of retards people's better judgment, because being smart will not take you viral. Being cool don't take you viral. The wilder you are, the crazier things you do, the more viral you go. And that's what's important these days. Hopefully, people at some point in time, she will grow up and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do something a little different for a while. I think I'm gonna try and be a parent. But he got, tell me, baby mamas he got now?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume several.
Well, he gonna need a job in a minute. He ain't as funny as Nick Cannon. Okay? He ain't as funny as Nick Cannon. He gonna need a job in a minute.
What do you think about the fact of him partying it up in Miami while his baby's being born, which is something that to any normal man should be the #1 priority? I don't care if I'm in Antarctica. I'm showing up to that birth.
You know, man, again, it's a different world we live in today, man. That whole, by him being in Miami partying instead of being by his woman's side, making sure his kid was healthy, he chose to be in Miami, and that's why we're talking about it. If he was in the hospital, we wouldn't be talking about it. It would be no conversation. There'd be nothing to talk about. But he was going live. She going live having the baby. He going live having the party, and they in two different parts of the country. Yeah, that's conversational. Okay.
Yeah, that's the part I wanted to talk with you about the second time around. Speaking of viral, as you did earlier, she went live. She live streamed her whole birth. Not only that, she put on makeup. She made sure her makeup was good. She had big gold and diamond chains. She got her nails and her toes did, and she let someone live stream the whole thing. That's interesting.
Yeah, she's sit there. She was crying and howling the whole 9 yards. But again, man, it ain't about what's smart. It's what's about what goes viral. Simple as that. Kanye West, he pulled some shit over the weekend that was ridiculous.
Oh, did he? I missed that. Did I miss that? What did Kanye West do?
He got knocked off in a boat in public. His girl was slobbing him up in the boat. You can see.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
You can see where he got his pants down, because you can see through his crack of his coat. It was all ass. Okay, and she got her elbows resting on his thighs. And if it wasn't what you think it was, they sure wanted you to think they wanted you to think that was that. And anybody as big as him, they got people with telescopic lenses all over the world following every move you make. So, dude, it's a video of her really, really. If that's what she was doing, there's probably a good video of her performing to her best ability. But all we saw was the back of his head and her elbows on his thighs. So it is what it is.
That's right. I did.
Somebody always following his ass. He's always being followed. Come on, man.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. His name is dying down a little bit, so he's like, let me get that name back up real quick.
Let me do something stupid. Stupid gets you get back going viral.
Yeah.
What it is.
Man, we got a lot of people thanking you in the comment section. They want to, give you your roses. Chris Stack says, Lonzo, a big thank you for knocking down them doors for West Coast hip hop to shine. Man, yeah, dude, this is big. You know, Lonzo, I want to talk about something real quick before we move back onto the niggaverse. Sitting in the building yesterday, I've been to city council meetings, but I've never been to one in Compton. And unfortunately, Compton has a lot of issues that a lot of other places don't across the country. And I don't think I noticed anyone under 50 that went up to the microphone to say what was wrong with their city or express their concerns. In my head, I was wishing that more young people were there. That would have been awesome, a utopia. But what do you feel of that sense? Do you think people should show up to those meetings and share their thoughts on what's going on in their city? Does that help? Does it not help? Because I hear a lot of people say, I've been saying the same thing for 3 years, nothing's changed. What are your thoughts on that?
The city council meetings are pretty good for a good place to let your feelings be heard. But where you really get most of your impact, for what I've seen, is from when the city council people have their town hall meetings for their districts. That's when you get the most response, because you'll have a city council person, you may have a city manager, somebody from the city manager's office, street maintenance, code enforcement, and they'll all be right there within eye shot of you and voice. They don't need a microphone in these meetings, and there's a back and forth. You can get an answer from somebody right then and there. If you notice, the city council they don't respond. They just listen. They can't respond. That's not the place for response at. They'll be there all night long. So they listen, they record it. The layers.
Thank you, hologram MC. Good looking out. Salute.
What's up? I see you, Doc. They'll listen, they'll record it. The liaisons may pull you back in the room. But if you really want to talk to somebody from the city that you have an issue with light poles or potholes in your area, you want to go to the town hall meetings that you live in for your district. And now you got a one-on-one with the city people from the city manager's office, the city council person, and you can have a discussion, because every district has different problems. Okay, I've noticed that in Compton, District 4, a lot of holes. Okay, they got prostitute problems on Long Beach. 4 and 2, they kind of side by side, so they have a prostitute problem. 3 has a lot of dumping.
Wait, okay? Hold on, let me write that down. That was 4 and 2. No,
4 and 2 have a prostitute problem. 2 and 1, I mean 3 and 1 are side by side. They're side by side. But number 3 District 3 has a dumping issue. That all of them have dumping issues, but 3 and 2 have bigger dumping issues. So what may be a problem over one side, prostitution ain't the same. They don't have the same problem with prostitution in District 3. So you have to go into the area that has wherever you live at, wherever the problem that you want to have addressed, you have to go to those meetings and be able to talk to the people that can make a difference in your area. And that even when they vote, the people of the district only vote for that one district, but everybody votes for the mayor. So it's cool to go out and speak. Okay, it's cool to go and speak, but to actually get something done, you want to be able to talk to your city council person directly. Yeah, Andre Spice is in district.
That makes sense.
He's in District 2.
You know, when you were younger, Lonzo?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just talking
about. Yeah, he was there.
Trey D.
He was there yesterday. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Always has the fly suits on.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah, you know, Lonzo, yeah, always looking fly, man. You know, you're 20 or so years older than me. Was there ever a time where younger people cared more about politics and what's going on in their city, or was it always just the people who are 50 and above, which is what I saw? Yeah,
Compton's most of the people in Compton that have been there for a while are homeowners, and the homeowners are 50 plus. There are young homeowners, but they usually don't come to the city council meetings that I know. This is an issue that directly affects them. I have not seen a lot of youngsters come to the city council meeting unless there's an issue that they want to address. And again, that's something else. Sometimes, like yesterday was a light meeting. Sometimes if there's a major issue, you can't find nowhere to park around there. You can't find a seat. It all depends on what's going on in the city at that time. Yesterday was the first time they had a meeting. They've been dark for over about 4 weeks. They were dark the entire month of August. So they had a lot of small issues, a lot of issues to deal with. But, you know, there is this, there's never been, to my knowledge, a big influx. Dre, Councilman Spicer, has activated a lot of youngsters because of his candidacy and his position. Because he represents a different generation, but he also represents the older generation. But because he's younger, he just, you know, he has a lot of youngsters, a lot of younger people that follow him.